Hello, Aquarius. I hope everybody is having a beautiful day today and happy Astara. Okay, this is your love reading. But before we get started, I want to let you know that I've decided to take a break from personal readings. I will be doing collective readings and also start posting extended readings either on my Vimeo or Patreon. I haven't decided yet. And so I'm just going to do that, okay? But I also still do Reiki sessions. So if you're interested in a Reiki session, you can email me or contact me at Cosmic Healer Lolo on Instagram. Okay, so let's go ahead and get into the message. So your animal energy is the hawk. I love hawks. Oh, I love hawks. Like when I see hawks, I'm like, it's a hawk, it's a hawk. Like I get so excited. Okay, so hawk. This is amazing energy because this is about like seeing things from a much higher perspective. It's about really seeing all the finite details of everything. And so this can include yourself, this can include other people, this can include like the experience as a whole. It can be about, receiving downloads from spirit or your angels, higher selves, fill in the blank during this time. Additionally, the thought, sorry, I live next to a freeway. The thought feathers came to mind. So if you're seeing any feathers on the ground, pay attention to what you're thinking or what song you're listening to. Pay attention to the messages in songs because this is about messages, okay? And it's coming into you, and it might be in the most coming from the most odd source. Okay, so really be paying attention right now because I feel like what's happening with Aquarius is like, look, your next card is the Hierophant. So it's like you are coming into this like spiritual awareness. Okay, you're coming. But that's not the word I'm looking for though. Like the Hierophant can be about like spiritual lessons. Okay, it can also be about a teacher, like somebody in your life who has taught you a lot, and you've started to evolve. Okay, and so either way, you have some pretty forward movement. All right, where it's like you're stepping into this higher state of consciousness. Like, look, you see, this is how you were, and now you're walking up, and this energy, this essence has taught you a lot or has like guided you there to this higher state of consciousness. You're ready to go also connect with your higher selves through this process. Look at this. Like you are ready to go connect to these energies. Sorry again, I live next to a freeway. Okay. Page of Pentacles. This is all about lessons. That's what this is. This is like, really taking stock, and sometimes that's so hard to do, really taking stock of everything that's happened. And you're sitting there with your pentacle and you're like, all right, what am I going to do with this information? Well, this is what you're going to do. So you have humility. Humble yourself. That's what you're going to do because you know what? Nobody's perfect. We all make mistakes, but I mean, I definitely see that like Aquarius sees things much more clearly now. Okay. So you have, before I get into those cards. All right. I did not group them. Okay. So hold on a second. All right. Hold on. Sorry. My ceiling fan just started making like a ton of noise. So, okay. Here you are right now. I'm feeling like you have a decision to make. That's what's going on right here. Because like you have the Two of Pentacles energy. And so this is like tying into this. This is the energy. This is what you've learned. This is what you've gathered. Okay. It's like you're really starting to make peace with some things about yourself. Okay. Or just about the situation. Like you're starting to make peace. And now you're like tossing around, should I move forward? Like what should I do with this information? What does this mean? What does humility mean to you? And what are you going to do with it? Okay. So then also you have integration. This is the card of Temperance, but in this deck, like I love this card in this deck. Okay. Like this is balance. And look, you see down here, that the snake eating its tail, it's like that's you coming full circle. You have a hawk right here. You also have a swan. Okay, so the thing about swans is like they sing like their final song, right? I think before, you know, they transition. And so I'm seeing this as like, here's your what you've gained in this experience. Here's the lessons. Here's the sight that you've gained. Okay? And then like you're combining that, you're integrating that with your emotional awareness, you know? And now it's like you're making a decision of what you're going to do with that. Like how you're going to proceed. Okay? The Knight of Cups. This is a card about following your heart's desire. Okay? Like really being led by your heart space. I mean, additionally, this Knight of Cups looks like Romeo, okay? It's like, I don't know if I should trust him or not. But, I mean, it's still very romantic and sweet, very poetic, I'm sure. But, so it's not like quite, you know, emotional maturity. It seems like you're getting there, okay? So, but look, with these two cards together, it's like you want to talk to somebody. You want to talk to somebody about what you've learned. Oh my gosh, the freeway is making so much noise today. It's crazy. I'm so sorry. People are honking their horns and it's a beautiful day. That's what it is. Everybody's out like riding their motorcycles and okay. So anyway, here's what you've learned. Here's where your heart is. You know, you're trying to like integrate everything. You're trying to gather everything that you've learned. You know, your new sight. You know, what's going on in here. You're integrating it all together. You're you know, going back and forth about what you're going to do with it and then talking. It's like you're ready to talk to somebody. You're ready to humble yourself before somebody, you know, but it's like you're still kind of going through this like transformational process before you fully get there. Okay, so you may still have some work to do emotionally. So, separation. So you have a separation that you either recently went through or that, you know, is still kind of just the energy is lingering around you right now. Sorry, I can't get my words out. So it's still like lingering around you. Okay, so mute. It's somebody you're not talking to. And that could also have to do with like why you're wanting to talk to this person. Because like you've learned so much. Like you see things so much more clearly. You've really stepped into your own emotional awareness. And now you're ready to talk to this person. But I feel like you're kind of afraid that they're not going to want to talk to you. That's what I'm seeing. Because like you have the Hammer card here. And this... It's like you're afraid that you're going to be interrogated. You're afraid you're going to be judged. You're afraid that they're going to be like, no, and slam down the hammer and be like, just get on out of here. Okay. Nobody wants to hear that, you know? And so you're kind of like, that's what I think that this energy is about. Here it is. This going back and forth, you know, because you're like, I don't know. Should I do it? Am I going to get a door slammed in my face? You know, that kind of thing. But I mean, I see that you're like, you've learned a lot, you've grown a lot, and like you're ready to express that. You do have the card of success. So, I mean, and that's a panther right there. I mean, panther is some like pretty ferocious energy. So don't like fall back on your fear because you can embrace this energy instead, you know, which is actually really amazing. I mean, that's a beautiful card. I absolutely love it. And there's also a cockatoo here, which to me, you might want to look up what that means. But I mean, to me, that's also a card of communication, but it's like, it's gentle, you know, like, I don't know. They're just gentle creatures usually, you know, sometimes you'll get one that like bites at you, but I mean, everyone that I've ever held, like they're just super gentle. They're so friendly. And I just love, I love birds. Okay. So anyway, so it's like you're needing to gather your strength here. You know, you're needing to recognize the what's the word I'm looking for here? You need to recognize that you're stronger than your fear, okay? Because look, the panther is black, okay? And you can choose to like fall into that dark energy, you know, and allow it to control your life. My fan is making noise again. I don't know what's going on with this reading, but like all this noise is happening. So you may have a lot of distractions around you right now, and that's also contributing to this energy where you're like, I just have so much on my mind and I just don't know if I can focus, okay? But anyway, so you don't have to fall back into this dark energy. You can press on. You know, you can believe in yourself and overcome that fear, okay? You know, embrace the gentleness of your spirit. So you have the Father card here. Excuse me. So the Father card... No, I'm not going to say that. Okay. So the Father card, I mean, to me, okay, two things about this. This goes hand in hand with the spirituality that I'm talking about right here. And additional, like this kind of gives me like the King of Pentacle vibes too. So this can have to do with like issues regarding a father figure in your life that you had to evolve from, that just really triggered you and held you back in life. But additionally, I do see this energy is like, this is you stepping into your spiritual self, your spiritual power, okay? Emotional freedom and commitment. It's really interesting because what I'm seeing here is like, you struggled with emotional freedom. You struggled with your emotional state, with your emotions in general. You struggled with like dealing with them, with facing them, expressing them, allowing yourself to be vulnerable. Like you just struggle with that, okay? Which, Aquarians, people always say that they're distant and they can be cut off, and like that's a pretty common thing that is said about Aquarians. But you're also like really emotional people, and so it's just a matter of expressing it. I think that's where the divide is. It's like something stops you short, okay? And so now it's like with this emotional freedom, and like you have a owl here, so you have some more flight energy. You have a bunny here, again overcoming your fears. And then with this unicorn, this is about like really like enchantment. That's the word that's coming to mind, is like believing in the enchantment of the universe, of life, and instead of like falling back and defaulting on that dark energy, being like, no, life is beautiful, life is full of like miracles and happiness and joy and magic and things like that. It's like I'm seeing that you're needing to shift your perspective with all this flight energy, and really believe that you deserve good things, and that you deserve happiness, and that good things are going to happen to you, and that, instead of like replaying out whatever happened here, whatever's going on here, replaying all this and whatever darkness, fear that you have, and allowing that to control your life, because now you're being guided right here into a higher state of consciousness. You're receiving messages and downloads that are leading you there, and this is the time for you to embrace those fears and that darkness, right here. Embrace it. Yeah, embrace those fears and that darkness and integrate it, right? Because, that doesn't mean that you're inherently bad. It just means that there are things that you need to learn about yourself. We all have a shadow self, and to integrate that into the things that you love about yourself, your essence and your purity and, your light, okay? And there's just a need for you to combine those and to understand that, like we can all exist in duality. We can all be like light beings and still make mistakes. We can all we can all hurt people, and maybe not even intentionally, and still be a good person. You know what I mean? And so that's what I'm seeing for you. And that is what's going to truly set you free emotionally. So let me get you some advice cards here, Aquarius. Advice cards for Aquarius, please. The Empress kind of wants to come out too. So you have Justice, the Wheel, Ten of Pentacles. Oh my gosh. So with the Nine of Swords on the bottom of the deck, like this really stressed you out in the past. It really did. Like, what I'm getting from that card is like the kind of stress where you're laying awake late at night going, why did I do that? You know, why do I keep doing this? Why do I, you know, fill in the blank? Okay, that's that energy for me. It's not like, it can also be about stressing over another person, or it can just be about stressing over your own shadow self and how you can harness that, you know? So the Ten of Pentacles, again, like you have this energy. I'm losing everything. You have this energy where you have this conditioning. This card is all about conditioning for me. It's all about lessons. It's about seeing the fruits of your labor, like reaching the completion of certain lessons that you needed to learn. And so now you get to embrace change. You know, now you get to see the good karma coming your way. You may have actually needed to filter out some bad karma, which we all do, okay, because you also have the Justice card. So when you have these cards here, I see this as karma and lessons, you know, breaking free of our conditioning, breaking our minds free, you know. And when you have this hawk energy, that's what you've done. You've broken your mind free, okay? So, and the Empress card, so this is like, to me, this card, this specific card is about self-love, okay? The Empress can mean a lot of things, but in this particular card, I see that she is treating her body like home. She's treating herself like home. She just looks so at peace, you know, in her home. Okay, and it may have taken you a really long time to get there. Okay, so what I'm seeing is like how that's advice for you is really just to embrace it. To embrace it and just, you know, go with the flow, allow it to move forward out as it's going to, allow the chips to fall where they may, okay? Because it looks like things are really working in your favor. Even if maybe you didn't feel like they were, you seem to be really being guided, and it's going to be successful for you, okay? So that's what I have for Aquarius, and I am now done with the air signs. And if you're looking for a Reiki session, you can contact me down below, or on my Instagram at Cosmic Healer Lolo. And yeah, that's all I have for you. Bye.